Hey everybody, it's Mattie here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a terrific day today. And the news story of the day, at least the major one, is of course this rejection that we anticipated and predicted of these ETF applications yesterday by the Security and Exchange Commission. Actually, the prediction was that it was going to happen today on August 23rd, and they jumped the gun. They actually rejected a total of 9 Bitcoin ETF applications yesterday ahead of schedule on August 22nd, and they actually rejected more than was on the docket originally. So looking at this article here on Cointelegraph, SEC rejects 9 Bitcoin ETF applications from ProShares, Direxion, and GraniteShares. So we did discuss this yesterday. This is not really a surprise. Some of the price action is a surprise, and we're going to get to that in a moment. But just to make sure we're all on the same page, the U.S. and Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, has rejected a total of 9 applications to list and trade various Bitcoin exchange-traded funds from 3 different applicants, according to 3 separate orders published by the SEC yesterday on August 22nd. So the disapprovals are actually, as noted here, they've come prematurely because it was expected that the decision would be made today on August 23rd. They not only made the decision one day earlier, they jumped the gun on a couple of the ETFs that were only scheduled to be decided upon later in September. So for the sake of clarity, I'm going to highlight right now the 4 major ETF groups and their associated dates on the screen for everybody to see. Let's clarify things. So the ProShare ETF was scheduled for August 23rd. That is today. Okay, so that was handled along with GraniteShares. They were rejected. But what's a surprise is that, let's skip Bitwise for a second here at number 2, the Direxion ETF, which was scheduled for a September 21st decision, actually also got lumped into yesterday's decision. So the Direxion ETF, originally scheduled for a September 21st decision, was ruled yesterday, and they rejected it along with the others. So again, a total of 9 rejected ETF applications, including not only ProShares, which was the most prominent, but also GraniteShares and Direxion. So eliminating basically number 1 and number 3 from that list, we now have the Bitwise ETF. A decision on that is going to be made on September 7th, and the CBOE VanEck Solid X ETF decision is still set for September 30th, and that is the most notable, the most prominent from this group. Why? Because it's the only one that has physically backed Bitcoin as a product, and that's going to be an important differentiator versus some of these other ones that are basically more convenient financial products, but they're not effectively Bitcoin backed the way that the CBOE Solid X VanEck ETF will be. So the SEC has stated the following, quote, "The Commission is disapproving this proposed rule change because, as discussed below, the exchange has not met its burden under the Exchange Act and the Commission's rules of practice to demonstrate that its proposal is consistent with the requirements of the Exchange Act section. In particular, the requirement that a national securities exchange's rules be designed to prevent fraudulent and manipulative acts and practices." If you guys want to read more about this particular release and the details as expressed specifically by the Securities and Exchange Commission, this is their publication released yesterday, August 22nd, 2018. It's the order disapproving a proposed rule change to list and trade the shares of the ProShares Bitcoin ETF and the ProShares Short Bitcoin ETF. Taking a look at the price action, if you haven't checked out Mark's latest TA video, he did touch upon the potential impacts that the rejection of the ETF may have, at least at this time, and as per Mark's hypothesis, that this may have been built into the current downtrend as far as the expected rejection, the expected negativity. There doesn't seem to be a lot of retracements. Remember yesterday we were talking about how, we may have to brace for that. We had this weird quasi Bart Simpson pattern yesterday, so shot up from about 6,400 to touched on maybe 6,900, balanced out a little bit and came back down earlier to 6,400. We haven't really had any much more negativity beyond that regarding this particular rejection. I don't know, maybe some people were expecting ProShares to have at least a chance of being approved, but as I discussed yesterday for various reasons, I just don't see that getting the thumbs up ahead of the CBOE ETF on September 30th. So with that being the case, the fact that yes, it was rejected along with 8 other ETF applications, I'm just happy to see that we haven't had a cataclysmic or apocalyptic retracement event in the market. So far, people just kind of seem indifferent to this, which is great to see. Let us know what you guys think about this in the comments below. So far, I'm pretty satisfied with the price movement of the day. Again, it's still early. Let's see what's going to happen, but ProShares and the other rejected ETFs do not seem to be a game changer in the minds of a lot of investors out there. At least collectively, it doesn't seem to be making a major impact. You guys can read about that as well on CCN. So rejected again. SEC predictably denies 9 Bitcoin ETF proposals. Again, including that Direxion ETF that wasn't scheduled until September 21st for a decision. So that's a curious little addition to the others that they deliberated over. So now we're just going to close out today with an opinion piece on altcoinbuzz.io with Luke here. So why I love Cardano and why I think you should too. Yes, it's true. Luke has a love affair, an infatuation with this particular project. So reading ahead here, with the cryptocurrency market dropping to new lows, I took some time to reevaluate the space and to consider my options. My conclusion, we all need to go back to reality. We need to go back and support crypto and blockchain projects, not just for the money, but for the good cause, the ideology behind its existence, why it got created. And with that, we should support projects that actually have a product or existence or an idea that can really add something to the world. That is why, for instance, I support Cardano. It's not just about potential profits. It's about what they try to accomplish in certain countries. That is way more valuable to me than tipping on Twitter with a currency like Redcoin. No offense, dear Redcoin hodlers. So guys, this is not a sponsored piece or anything. Just want to clarify that it's an opinion piece, but it's a good, in a sense, refreshing way to take a step back and consider why we're in this space. Are we chasing the Lambos? Are we trying to get rich quick? Overnight, even in some cases. In a lot of instances, you have some projects that are hopefully trying to do good work. And Luke goes on to discuss what Charles Hoskinson et al. Are doing over at Cardano. So you can read about his thoughts on Cardano's mission to, quote, transform Africa and a lot of the good work that they're doing there. Recent developments in Ethiopia, of course, as well. There's potentially some good work that Cardano will be focusing on in Asia, if you're not familiar with that, and what Cardano is aiming to do with Vietnam, with Cambodia, with the Asian food industry, then do be sure to check out Luke's article here. His personal view is not meant to imply that Cardano is the only project out there trying to improve societies and bring positive technological advancements to the world. It's not. Cardano is, however, one of the few crypto projects with most of its focus on research, development, and practical applications of the blockchain technology. Yeah, I agree with that. Furthermore, with the market prices being so bearish, it would be good to stop thinking about how to get rich overnight by betting on risky new ICOs or investing in useless pump and dump coins. Start thinking about projects that will help the space forward. With this in mind, Cardano is most definitely on top of my investment list. Once again, guys, just an opinion piece that is Luke's personal opinion. So feel free to agree or disagree. Let us know what you think about Cardano, and kind of in a bigger, more macro sense, what do you think about that sentiment about supporting those projects that are hopefully trying to make real differences and, maybe arguably are being a little bit more altruistic with the technology. Let us know what you think about that in the comments below. And as always, make sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News. Follow us as well on Instagram, on Facebook, on Telegram, and members of the Altcoin Buzz Army. If you choose to invest, I wish you a very happy investing. Check out the video on the right, the latest one, if you haven't already, and our website, altcoinbuzz.io. We put out new content every day, so we will see you again soon in a new video. Have a great day. Take care.